Hey guys, hope you guys are doing so well. It's so good to see you again. Today we're going to be talking about our proven winners annuals we're going to be having at our nursery this year. Our nursery is Set Apart Farm and Gardens. It's www.setapartfarmandgardens.com. It's been a little minute because right here, it's kind of like I have my child. Our new puppy is joining me. I'll try to show him. He's being really good, so I'm just leaving him kind of down there to play by himself, but it has been fun and busy. And he is just the sweetest puppy ever. He is so kind and gentle and loving. And we had asked God to bring the kind of dog that we need for our family. And he is just like, we almost joke like he's like a human in a teddy bear suit because he's so sweet and loving and so soft and velvety. And he's just awesome. We are enjoying him so much. Lots of puppy snuggles, lots of sharp bites, but he's so good. So if I have my eye over there, I'm just checking out, make sure he's being a good puppy. Yeah, he's just attacking the grass, so he's good. But like I said, it's been a second just because we've been busy with him getting back on track. We are doing just a lot of nursery prep right now, which is so fun in South Carolina. Right now it is middle of February. We just had Valentine's Day, so is it the 16th today, February 16th? We are in Greenville, South Carolina. We are in Zone 8. I love it here in Greenville, South Carolina in February. I would never think I would love February, but stuff starts to bloom like right around Valentine's Day. The early trees, like the red buds, some of the daffodils are blooming. Like it is like feeling like spring. It is so fun. So we are just getting behind the scenes stuff prepped for our nursery, and we also have launched middle, I think, of January, our pre-order for our online nursery, setapartfarmandgardens.com. And I wanted to go through the annuals and just highlight what they are, why we chose them, why we love them. We start with this great big list of like my wish list, and then I show it to Sebastian. He's like, okay, take it from here to like here, just to be practical. So I tried my hardest to narrow it down. I have so many favorites, so many things that I love, so many things I want to try, so it's hard to find that balance, but I hope that there's some of your favorites too. So I'm just going to run through the list and I'm going to share why we chose them, why we love them, but I just want to stop, and I brought I just wanted to show you guys, I brought out this Gerber daisy I just got at a local garden center, but isn't that color beautiful? Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm just having my tea with you guys and enjoying. I literally have my computer here with our website pulled up because I know a lot of our plants, but I can't remember them all. So like I said, go to www.setapartfarmandgardens.com. That's how you order if you're local. We just have you order, and in April we contact you, set up a pickup date, and then at our chiropractic office, Set Apart Health in Malden, South Carolina, that's where people pick up their plants. But if you're not local, I'm so sorry. We would love to in the future develop shipping and ship out our plants, but that is for the future. But right now, I am on the website. So the first one is Sun Incredible. Sorry, I say Sun Incredible. Suncredible sunflower. I love this. This is an absolutely amazing sunflower. I'm not going to go through like all the specs. If you go to provenwinners.com, you can search in the plant name and pick up like all the specs. But I'm just going to go over like kind of briefly why we love it. So this one is an awesome sunflower. It's not, like an edible one that you have in your garden, but it is a ornamental. Holy smokes, it is a bush sunflower. Just means it's not like one stalk, one bloom, and it's over, like a cut flower, which is kind of sad. But this sunflower blooms and blooms and blooms. I'll see if Sebastian can put up any of our pictures from last year or other pictures, but we had this in our garden in like the kind of end raised beds. Hi there. In the end raised beds, and it just turns to a bush. If you just want like the happiest bush of a sunflower where you don't have to necessarily deadhead it unless you want to. So that's something about Proven Winners. You don't have to deadhead any of their annuals unless you absolutely want to, but they're meant so that you don't have to. But it just is like sunflower after sunflower after sunflower. So if you want this just gorgeous show of sunflower, that's the one for you. I love it. I thought about cutting it on the list, and I was like, no, you have to have sunflowers to make you happy. I was so glad I stuck it in, even though it was mid to late fall by the time I actually got ours in, because we get our plants in late sometimes. We're doing so much nursery stuff. But I'm so glad that I got it in, because at the end of summer, It was planted intertwined with our loofah flowers, which were yellow, and it was just the most gorgeous thing ever. And for fall, it was so pretty. Okay, so lemon coral sedum is Sebastian's probably favorite. He can correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of his favorites. It is just this low-growing little sedum. It's all green in the shade. It's a little more like lime chartreuse green. In the sun, it's a little more yellowish. Um, I love it too, and it's starting to grow on me in different applications. You can put it in the landscape, you can put it in pots and containers, but it's just so fun because it's such a fun color. It's such a like pop of color and showstopper, and it really gives like a cohesive rest for your eyes. I highly recommend it. It's just super fun. If you want to do beautiful containers, beautiful landscape, I highly recommend the Plain the Blues Salvia. It is magnificent. So it's a thriller. If you put it in a container, it's just going to be like this gorgeous centerpiece. It looks like lavender. It is tough. It loves the heat. You don't have to water it much, but you know, you can just to be on a regiment schedule. But it's just the most beautiful purple toughness ever that looks like lavender. So that's one that I always stick in the middle of something, or you can have like just a grouping of it in the landscape. It's so gorgeous. The next one is probably tied with being one of my absolute favorites last year. It is the Supertunia Blue Veined. Oh my goodness, I love Bordeaux, guys. That was my favorite. This might be beating Bordeaux. It's just a little bit lighter or paler bluish purple in color, but it like brings peace to the heart and the soul because it is so pretty. It's just so peaceful. It's massive. I think the previous name, sorry, my chair's tippy, so I'm tipping here. I think the previous name was trailing blue vein, and I don't know if people deterred from it because they thought it was this weird trailing thing. It's just basically a supertunia, which means supertunias get large, they get massive, they just hold their own. I had it in our garden, like all of our herb garden beds last year. I'll see if I can find a picture. It's just like this massive ball of like beautiful purpley blueness that's just peaceful. It's one of my absolute favorites. So we got it again. I'm just gonna plant it everywhere because I love it so much. Um, the next one is Proven Winner's Blushing Princess, Sweet Alyssum. Sweet Alyssum tends to like it a little cooler, but Proven Winners is awesome. They're more heat tolerant, so you can stick them you know, in the spring. They'll tolerate the heat of our summer down here, and they still will hold out and bloom and then carry on into fall. Sometimes winter, they'll winter over if it's more mild. But I love this because it's just like especially the Blushing Princess is purpley white, and it's just like sparkle everywhere. It's so pretty. It intermixed last year with our trailing, or with the Blue Vein Supertunia, and it was just the most Mm, beautiful color ever. So that one is so fun. Again, like I was trying to figure out, should I add this or should I cut this on our list? And that one is just, it's not like, you know, like the main plant, but it just brings everything together. So Sweet Alyssum is like, you will just have honeybees everywhere, all over. So it brings your pollinators. It's just so beautiful, so sweet. And it does like to be wet a lot. So, you know, in areas that holds a lot of moisture, it's really great for that. I'm looking at Bear, the puppy. Um, if you guys didn't see a video, we did post a video a couple weeks ago of just introducing him. He's just sitting there going, he's like letting the smells carry through the air. He's doing so good. Okay, so the next one is probably Proven Winner's top selling annual. If I'm misspeaking, it's probably just, you know, like a staple. It's like everyone has it because it's so good. It is Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. It is maybe not a salmony, but it's a bright, bright pink like bubblegum. It is the probably most massive, most vigorous annual in a good way. Like when I say vigorous, I don't mean like it takes over, you can't get rid of it. I just mean it is, if you just want like big, beautiful impact, that's the one. It's just gonna, you know, just be this beautiful, full mound of all flowers, all pink flowers. They're so pretty. I love them in containers because they cover the container and they just look so beautiful. So that's a staple. The next one is Vertigo Pennisetum. If you guys want a showstopper, if you want a hedge, if you just want a big, beautiful grass, this is like a purpley, dark, I'd say it's purpley, like burgundy, purple grass. Almost not quite blackish, but it's dark. But it's just like Cousin It. It's like kaboom! You know, you plant this little thing. Did I scare you, Bear? Is that you plant this little thing and it turns into this like I don't know. I think I want to say it grows to 4 to 6 feet tall and wide. Like it is big, guys. In the best way. It is so big. You can put it in containers. It will get large. But I'm thinking of some places like I want to just dot along the our fence along the road for privacy because it's just gonna fill in and it's just so fun. Like if you just want something massive and beautiful. That's perfect. Okay, so next one is Diamond Frost, Proven Winners Diamond Frost. This one is kind of like Sweet Alyssum in that it just adds that sparkle. It is a staple again. I think it's one of the top sellers in the big box stores. Proven Winners is awesome. They only give like I don't know how many, like maybe 5 to 10 annuals that are their staples in big box stores. So if you hear all these amazing plants, you're like, why have I never heard of that before? It's because Proven Winners really wants to support all the small local mom and pop garden centers or nurseries, which is, I mean, that's huge. That is like the heart of gardening, is just all these families doing that. So I love that so much. So that's why we are able to literally pick anything on the Proven Winners line, perennial, annual. So if you guys ever have anything you want to see on our website that we sell, just shoot us a message, put it on the comments below. Let us know because we can literally. That's why we do a pre-order. We could literally grow anything for you. Versus like if you see something you're like, I love that, and you go to Lowe's and you go to wherever and you're like, I can't find it anywhere. That's happened to people we know and they ask us, so that is so cool. We can literally get anything they have and it just grows like twinkle lights, like it's so pretty. It's another one you just want to stick in to bring the whole thing into cohesive. I had 2 pots on the end of our patio last year. This was my second tied favorite last year, and I don't think I couldn't find it this year unless I totally missed it that they carried it. I couldn't find that they were carrying it. The double orchid. I think it's a super bells or Calibacroa double orchid. Oh my goodness, it was just these petite, like little double pink flowers. I had them in the middle of our herb beds and in our pots, and they were just little balls of just gorgeousness. So I'm kind of sad about that. So that's why we don't have them this year. But I had the Diamond Frost just above it, and it just made this like beautiful bouquet in the pots. So love that one. The next one is Proven Winners Color Blaze Torchlight Coleus. If you don't know anything about coleus, it was new to me a couple years ago and I love it so much because it's beautiful foliage. So again, if you're planning your containers in your landscape, you don't want all flowers. I used to think you did, but you want foliage that makes it cohesive and makes it restful and beautiful. So coleus is like colored foliage and it's fun colors, but color blaze means it can be in the shade, in the hot sun, which is so rare to find both of those. So if you have an area that gets like half shade and half sun and it's weird to plant plants, that would be a perfect one to do a coleus. So we have the torchlight. That one is new for us this year. We've had velveteen, chocolate drop, lime time. That's one of Sebastian's favorites in previous years. So we just tried a new fun color because it is kind of like velveteen, but it kind of like lime time, like mixed. It has that beautiful green chartreuse with like pinks in it. It's gonna be gorgeous. The next one is Super Bina Imperial Blue. So if you guys know Garden Answer, Laura and Aaron on YouTube, they're just the best. So we love them, and she was highly recommending the Imperial Blue this year because she tried it out in a landscape, and so many people commented that they have used it as almost a ground cover, that it doesn't take over because it's an annual, but it just like covers like a carpet, and it's just this beautiful bluish purple. And sometimes in the south, verbenas will fizzle out in the summer, like our high heat. They'll just like freeze and stop blooming for a little while. I've had that happen with a few of them, no matter how much water you give them. So this one is supposed to be more heat tolerant and not do that. So I'm so excited but it's just sometimes you choose plants and flowers because of how they perform, which is why I love all proven winners. They perform so well, but this one especially, it just has vigor and it will hold its own. So that one, that's gonna be amazing. He's doing so good. Okay, the next one is Sweet Caroline Sweetheart Lime Sweet Potato Vine. Whew, it's a mouthful. Okay, this one is the sweet potato vines are like the trailing mounding version of a coleus where they're just boom. They're just I scared you again. They're just so big and impactful, and they would be ones if you don't want to spend a ton of money on plants and you only want to pick a few, you want to get like those big vigorous plants like coleus, sweet potato vine, supertunia vistas are just the bam ones, which are gonna explode when the heat comes in like a month, and they just cover your space. So this is one, it is like a chartreuse green. I like it because it doesn't trail. Sometimes they'll trail and you have to cut them, and it'll just mound and be this perfect filler. Again, all foliage, so rest for the eye. The next one we're so excited about is Infinity Light Purple Shade and Patience. And this one is super fun because it's the first like dedicated shade flower that we've carried. We've been wanting to for a while carry shade impatience and sun patience. So here's our first one. We picked like a light pink, it says light purple, so it's like I want to say like a bright purpley pink pop. And this one we planted under our new bed by our chicken coop under our big oak tree last year. We got it in late summer, I think, but it just made us so happy because every time we went over there, like you just saw, I think we had 4 of them, like just color, which is fun in the shade. So if you guys have a shaded area, I highly recommend that. Next one is Proven Winners Angelonia Steel Blue, which is considered a summer snapdragon. Last year we had the perfectly pink Angelonia. I loved it so much. I just wanted to try a different color because I've heard this one is so beautiful. It's like the perfect mix between a, steel blue and a purpley color. And Angelonia love the summer heat, so they will do awesome. So we planted them along our garden in the spring, summer, fall. They just have these beautiful like spikes of flowers. They have such fun interest in shape. So Angelonia is super fun. It would be a thriller or like an upright one in the container. Okay, this might be my new favorite. I've been waiting for a couple years to get this one. So I don't know if you've seen our video. Last year we developed our tropical area, our beach area over by that side. I'm kind of looking at the house, and we have a hammock, we have fun chairs, we have sand, we have tropical plants. We have put our patio lights up, and we have done some big stuff to expand that area and make it even more fun, which we'll do a video about soon, or this coming year. But the reason I was thinking of this plant is because I wanted it in the area so bad, and it is an annual, so you have to replant it every year, but to me it's worth it. So it is the Proven Winners Toucan Coral Canna Lily. I love the color. Coral is like one of my favorite colors for plants, and I love all canna lilies, but like the red ones and yellow ones can be real harsh sometimes, and it's just the most beautiful tropical color. Like it's the essence of the tropics for me. So I have plans of putting it all over the tropical area, just decking it out. So you guys get a benefit because of things I'm so excited about. I was like, I'll share it with you guys, make it available to you as well. But I have some longer containers that Sebastian made for me last year. They're like big wood planter boxes. I have 2 of them. And my plan is this year, I'm going to put, you can get those big palms. I'm going to put one in the middle and then toucan coral canna lilies on all, like, lining it for both of them, and then put fun spiller plants out and just make it look tropically and fun. And like again, Laura from Garden Answer did that in some of her pots in front of her house, and she had the palms and some like pinkish coral flowers. And I've never put a palm in the center of a container, so I want to do that this year. So excited about that. Tropicalness is my thing. I love it. So there we go. Okay, and the last one, that's kind of sad, the last one. Like I said, I had, I don't know, maybe a list of 100 plants. and I took it down to what we could handle space-wise and all that stuff. So hopefully every year we'll keep growing and let us know your favorites, but tried to squeeze in everything that I could. So proven winner Super Bell's Pink Lemonade is a new annual for this year. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. So the cool thing about this, which I actually didn't know until I think after we had put it on custom order, it changes color. So it actually blooms yellowish, I think, and it turns to a beautiful like pink, maybe a little bit of orange in there. So it's like you can have a pot with all different colors all over, and I just love it because it's tropical looking. It's just bright and beautiful. It is a Super Bells, which is a Calibrachoa, which means it loves containers. It might struggle a little bit in the landscape unless you're really dry. It doesn't like to have its roots or its feet wet. In containers, it does awesome. But I'm so excited because it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. So we are gonna enjoy it so much. I hope you guys too. It is actually surprisingly, because like I said, it's new. I think it's been a that one has been our bestseller, and Imperial Blue has been our bestseller so far. Um, some of them are getting low stock. I will check the stock if we have any more on the website, but this is custom order, custom planted and grown for you guys. So if you want any of these, put in your order soon or as soon as you can, because we may not be able to get more of them. Some of these favorites do run out pretty quickly. Get a garden journal. That's what I started this year because I would have lists all over the place. And then when I would go shopping, I'm like, I don't remember what I wanted. So just make a list and some of the favorites that you love and why you love them. And ooh, that sun is so warm and so beautiful. Hallelujah. You want to say hi? You've been such a good boy. This is who's behind the camera smiling at you guys, and you didn't even know it. Can you say hi? This is Bear, our new Bernese mountain dog puppy. You can see he's as a puppy teething, but he's so gentle even though his teeth are sharp. But we've had him 2.5 weeks, and we just love him so much. He's just the sweetest. He's like a little velvety blanket. He soaks in the heat well. And you want to say hi? Don't tip my tea over. Say hi, Bear. Hi. Say hi. We take him to our chiropractic office, and he loves people. He loves people so much. So he just loves to make everyone's day and say hi. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was so helpful, and I hope it was inspiring because spring is coming. It's gonna be so fun to plant everything. Again, you can go to www.setapartfarmandgardens.com and put in your orders. And we will contact you in April when everything is ready to pick up and do a pickup date. If you can join our Facebook group where we talk all about this stuff, Set Apart Farm and Gardens group. I think that's what it is, Set Apart Farm and Gardens group. But it was so fun talking flowers with you guys. We will do more videos on the rest of our website of all of our, hey, sweet pea, vegetables and herbs. And I will have to go because this doggy is eating me. Thank you guys so much. This little man wants to play, so I'm going to go play with him. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.